Hello. So this here is the Jinhao 777. It's a pretty nice looking fountain pen, and it's got this kind of Lamy Safari pocket clip. In fact, the whole thing is slightly a clone of the Lamy Safari. But it does also go by another name, which is the 2020 new Jinhao fountain pen, fashion popular, plastic, colourful, classic business gift ink pens, nice office pen, gift, mate, school. Now if we compare it to the Jinhao, I think this one is the 55, no wait, what's it called? Yes, the Jinhao 599. So this one was made, they made this one years earlier. And it's pretty nice. It's always been quite reliable. And it's currently running the platinum carbon ink with no problems. And it has an 18K GP. I don't know what that means. I don't know what anything means really. All I know is that it performs rather well. So I think it's just a regular kind of fine nib or something. But this new Jinhao 777 comes with a nib which is extra fine. And I think that's a pretty big claim to make. I've got cat hair over everything now. Now, I don't know, but Jinhao makes some incredibly good value fountain pens. I think this one cost me like $4, including postage, Australian. I think this one cost me $5. I bought this one years ago. The Jinhao 599. But has the quality decreased over the years? You can take them apart a little bit. I noticed that the PIST converter in the new one, the Jinhao 777, it feels slightly cheaper. It's like 100% plastic compared to the older one, which has got like a bit of metal on it for some reason, I don't know why. It also feels sturdier. The pen cap on the Jinhao 599 is slightly heavier as well. But mostly they feel like much the same design of pen really. It's quite light. I mean, they're both pretty light plastic pens, but I'm pretty sure the newer one is a bit lighter. Posts well. So I'm going to dip the nib in, draw up the ink, push it back down again, draw it up again. Aha. There we go. Laden with ink. Get all that ink off. Okay, let's try this out. If the cat will get out of the way. Move, please. Can you please move? Please get out of the way of. Go away. Okay. Oh. Okay, well. Jinhao seems to have done it again. They have made another working fountain pen. You know, it's hard to draw with a cat in your face. Now, is this extra fine nib actually finer than... Oh yes, it is. It is a bit finer. This Jinhao here is at 0.7 millimeters, and the Jinhao extra fine, that looks like, I don't know, about 0.5 millimeters. You can make a lot thinner line by using it upside down. That is very thin for a fountain pen. That's pretty nice. So there you go. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can have a properly working fountain pen that will last you for many years. So now I'm just going to get rid of this piece of paper that I like to scribble on. All this junk. And I'm going to scribble on something else with my new fountain pen. Hello. So I hope you can hear me well, because I'm currently trying to talk over a river, which is probably not a good idea as far as audio goes. But anyway, welcome to the second half of the video, where I like to talk about the pen in question and give more of a long-term review about it. Now I'm just going to cut straight to the chase and just say that it's basically become one of my most favourite fountain pens. It's produces a nice thin line, it's really reliable. I put the platinum carbon ink in it, so the ink is also light fast and water resistant. The only thing I have against this Jinhao 777, actually there's two things I have against it. The first one is that the nib, it's not a flexible nib, like, at all. It's pretty hard, so there's not a lot of line width variance. But you can also just turn the nib upside down and draw that way, and you get a line which is, a lot thinner. The second thing I don't like about it is basically I'm in a love-hate relationship with this quality. How cheap it is. It's so cheap. It works really well, and it cost me, I think, was under $4 Australian, including postage. I'm just worried how they make a pen that cheap. Do they use slave labour or something? I just don't know. I've even bought cheaper Jinhao fountain pens. I once bought a Jinhao fountain pen that cost me 74 Australian cents, including postage. So someone probably missed out on their bowl of rice that day to get it that cheap. But how much does it concern me? I mean, I still buy them. Am I a bad person? I don't know. Hopefully it's just through the wonders of machines and mass production, and not slave labour. I mean, we're not in the Victorian era anymore, are we? No. Are we? We've moved beyond that. Anyway, the whole reason why I'm recording this by a river is because I'm currently out camping. And I'm kind of a no-frills kind of camper. I don't take a lot of extra modern conveniences. I like to go camping basically to escape from those things. Every other camper in the campsite has a different opinion, and they take all of their modern conveniences with them. And I have nothing against that, if that's what they like. But I do find it rather amusing, the incredible amount of stuff they do take with them. They've got these incredible camper trailers that fold out to the size of like a Chinese temple. And there's walls, and I don't know how it all fits in there in these camper trailers. Some TARDIS-like multi-dimensional physics must be happening in there. And they've got stoves, they've got hot showers, We've got hair dryers. My dad had a small ready-made mill that had microwave instructions on the back of it. So I said to him, why don't you just go and ask one of the campers if they have a microwave? I'd probably do. They've got everything else. I like to come out and enjoy nature. Clearly some people don't like nature enough. They have to bring the trappings of civilization with them as well. Anyway, I digress. Back to the fountain pen. It's a great pen. No complaints. As you can see, I've been drawing this thing here. It's okay. It's just basically a made-up piece of scribble. I mean, I had a basic concept of what I wanted to draw on it, but I basically just made it up as I went along. Although I have failed on one thing, I told myself a little while ago I would try and draw more happy sci-fi. And I've failed there. I mean, it's like giant June-like worms eating people. Anyway. Yeah, so just come with me for a little journey up the river. Yeah. This is a better rock to sit on. And there's less water sounds. I should have recorded the whole thing from here. I don't even know if I was in frame for on the last rock. Oh, well, I have some regrets there. Anyway. No, that's not a good pose. And one other thing about that fountain pen, because it's such a fine nib, you have to make sure you align the slit of the nib with the surface of the paper. Otherwise, it just won't work. So if you do that, the pen's super reliable. I really have nothing more to say. Yep. That was the worst skipping I've ever done. Let's try that again. Find a bit of rock. Is there a good rock around here for skipping? These are terrible rocks. I can't find a decent skipping rock. It's so fat. Ow! Ah, I swung my hand back and I hit a boulder. Well, let's try that again. Now one last shot at a good skipping rock. No, that's too big. There's nothing around here. I'd like to finish this video by skipping a stone. I just can't find a decent one. Why am I always so pathetic on the camera and skip stones? Not one decent skipping stone. Big round things. That's barely passable. Let's give this a go. Anyway, see you later. Bye. Terrible.